Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I grab a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop, he paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire rope. D-Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gon' block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I ain't fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I'm in it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, gave me to play. Roger that, game time, alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all? Thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sick old mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, froze on with the flow.
Where you from?
gang online. Iwo Jima got one flag and a stick in the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of us up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's staying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and a stick in the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jazz. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't he son to believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so cut her eyes. They get X'd out, for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and a stick in the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Guys, this chair is going to continue being my biggest enemy. It just shrinks down. Throughout the show, guys, I'm just like slowly going down, and then I wind up ending the show all the way down here. It's absolutely obnoxious, but hopefully this thing can hold up for the rest of this show. But what is going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys dearly from the bottom of my heart for tuning in and doing 2 hours of TA with your boy Frankie Candles and the rest of the Candle Mafia. And guys, we did wind up getting a little bit of a move down. Now, I do apologize for no stream last night. However, we have seen some things play out pretty cleanly and kind of as we've been looking for them to happen. If you guys watched our live stream earlier this week, or the market update that I think I put out on Wednesday, we basically seen almost the exact thing we've been looking for happen, but the question now lies, are we going to come down to lower prices? We've come up and tested some very key levels. We'll go over those in just a second, and we'll talk about why the level that we rejected from was so important and why we were actually looking at that level for an actual rejection. But are we going to come down to lower prices? I know a lot of people are asking if 20K is in the cards, so we're going to break it all down for you guys tonight. We're going to be taking a look at those lower levels for Bitcoin, which we have looked at recently, but I want to cover them again just so we have an idea of where we can go if price does wind up keeping on coming down. But we're going to be taking a look at the key levels to the downside and then talk about the possibilities of a potential, one more potential retracement to the upside and where price would likely reject if that happens. And about halfway through that live stream, don't spam them just now, but by the end or halfway through the live stream, spam your altcoins. And if you want to see me do some TA on your favorite altcoins, go ahead and throw them in chat. Rob the Crypto Snob, which he does have a new fancy job. So I don't know if he's going to be doing the altcoins. I'm sure he will. I can almost guarantee you he's in here. But the mods will count up the votes and let us know what altcoins we're looking at the end of the stream. Shout out to Maybe Band-Aid. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, which you guys know will result in us giving away all of my money. And I guess a little bit of Tony D's money because I'm running out of money to give away. So we got to dig into Tony D's pocket. Sorry, bro. It's part of the job. But before we get into it, guys, let's go ahead and jump into chat and say what's up to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Quicker in the chat, and nobody's quicker than Quicker. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. We got Captain Kirk, Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Snob, Chemistry Bro, Crypto Anon, D Petty Crypto, Tyler Durden, Tony D. You guys know who the mods are. Show them some love in the chat. Shout out to Maybe a Band-Aid, super chatted. Thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Zabe. What is going on? Let's see. Captain Kirk, I see you. Oh, hey, Magic Internet Money. What is going on, bro? What is going on? Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. What is going on? Huddle Crypto. What is up? We got Crypto Killer Whale in the chat. What is going on, bro? He is our official whale of the Candle Mafia, and he's not just a regular whale. He's a killer whale. Shout out to you, bro. Crypto 101, Crypto Billy. Oh, Mrs. Candles in the chat. What is going on, Mrs. Candles? I feel like my mom's here to support me. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. 2 different people, guys. I guess my mom would also be a Mrs. Not Mrs. I don't know. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Thank you for being here. I love you dearly. Thank you for being here. Shout out to RXR for the super chat. Says Frankie is goated. I really do appreciate that, RXR. Thank you so much. That really does mean a lot, man. But guys, we're gonna. Hey, what's going on? Who is that? Shout out to Crypto Jam. I appreciate you for being here, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and do some TA because I missed the stream yesterday. So we got to double down here and give you guys a double dose of sauce. So hopefully you brought your to-go your to-go containers. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go. Bing bong. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart. And first off, guys, what I want to do here is I just want to go over what my general sentiment has been, over the past couple of weeks because it really hasn't changed too much. Obviously, we did get this quick move down. I'm not going to harp too much on the volume profiles right now, but I will just start off by saying, obviously, guys, with the volume profiles, and the reason I kind of talk about how we got to where we are is because the more we do that, guys, the more you can be ready for these moves before they happen, and the next time you see something like this happen, you could be like, I remember the last time we saw this happening, and Frankie Candles was like, hey, we're probably going up, and the whole point of these streams is to help you guys understand what I look at on the charts to predict these moves so you can do it at home as well. So when we're looking at these volume profiles, if you are new here, with the volume profiles, you have a value area high, your POC, and your value area low. You get these 3 key levels. And typically, again, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but typically when you drop below your value area high and you cannot get back above it, oftentimes you are likely to get accepted back into your range and then head down towards your value area low, which we saw happen perfectly here, not too long ago, right? Now, obviously, it's not always that clean. Like, this is like literally textbook volume profile behavior. It's not always that clean. Oftentimes, you kind of get a lot of noise. You bounce off the POC, and then eventually you get down to your value area low. But as we came down here, we got that quick move down to our value area low, and this is where we do not get super bearish, right? You do not get overly bearish at support, right? If you're at support, you want to look for longs, not shorts, right? Everybody thought that we were going to break down from here. I mean, I say everybody thought. I don't know really what everybody thought, but a lot of people were looking for moves down, and a lot of people look at this as, oh, we're stuck below our support level, right? Now we're going to get rejected and go to 0, but oftentimes, guys, it's the deviation below these value areas where you can find those fire long setups to get your move up. And here, Creighton C, I didn't see him when we were shouting out chat, but I bet you he's in here. Creighton C, when you get above that value area low, where are you expecting price to go? I know someone will get it really quick. Creighton C, I'm calling for you. Creighton, Dave. So there we go, Gary C. Gary C comes in with the POC. Let's go. Now we got him. The POC emojis. There he is, popping up in chat. Guys, when you get above that value area low, chances are, more likely than not, you will get, oh my God, you guys really know. Throwing the POCs in there like crazy. Let's go. But yeah, it is more expected to get a move up to your POC. And guys, where did we come up to? Right to that $28,000 POC on the Bybit chart before rejecting and coming back to the downside. So I just want to talk about that because we were looking at this, I'll even go into bar replay mode. When we were hanging out down here, we were looking at the fact that we had our 4-hour bullish divergences with money flow coming up at key support or below a value area low, which would be key support. But when you get these bullish divergences with your money flow coming up as well into a key level of support, oftentimes it means that you are putting in a significant bottom. And you can see that money flow coming up right there. And then at this point, you're looking for your long positions, hoping that you're looking to get a back above that value area low and then shoot up to your POC. And then obviously, it's almost exactly what we had happen, but clearly we have eaten up all those gains pretty quickly. So obviously you guys are, very, very, obviously eating up these gains, pretty quickly, right? So the reason you're here is to find out where Bitcoin is going in the near term. So this is how we got here. But before we talk about where Bitcoin is going, guys, I do want to talk a little bit about the other reasons we were looking at the this level here at around $28,000, right? $28,050 was the point of control on the Bybit chart. Oh God, what is going on? Oh, Market Cypher in chat. Is Face here? Hold up. Is Face in here? Shout out to Market Cypher. Let's go. I don't see Face in here. Maybe he is in here. But shout out to Crypto Face and shout out to Market Cypher, guys. The money flow very rarely lies here. I don't know what I would do without Market Cypher. But not only were we looking to get a move up to the POC here, guys, but we also had some other key levels coming in here on the... Obviously, we did. Let me just make sure this is the 200. Okay, yeah. We have the 200-day moving average coming in here at about... it's a little bit different depending on what chart you are looking at. But if you come down to the Bybit chart, the Bitstamp chart, you can see here, 200-day moving average. We peaked just above it. But what did we do? We just reached right up for that $28,000 POC, right? So we had many reasons why we were looking for rejections here. We had the 200-day moving average. We had the POC as well as a golden pocket, I believe. Let me just double check that because I don't want to be I don't want to spit anything other than facts here. But there you go. You also had that golden pocket. Oh boy, the mouse is acting up, guys. But you had that golden pocket coming in right here as well, giving us a lot of confidence. Now, obviously, we did get a bit above that 200-day moving average. But again, we were looking at that POC as being kind of the main level because you could easily wick above these moving averages to go tap that POC. Again, just to kind of hammer home the volume profile here, a lot of times, guys, like we've been talking about this a lot recently. When you lose a value area low, oftentimes you will get a retracement to test that POC before fully losing the range and coming lower. Which brings me to my next point, and that is, where are we likely headed? Now, if we do wind up getting a bigger move to the downside, where could we be looking for support? And I do just want to let me go ahead and open up this chart, right? So let's see. Do I have my folders on here? Okay, we'll just do it live. But as you guys can see here, let me get rid of this moving average. And if we wind up getting a continued move below this value area low, and if this indeed, you guys do remember, right? When we were looking for a move up from the value area low, right? Like we just talked about with the 4-hour bull div, with the money flow coming up, likely marking a significant bottom. And again, you know, we were also, another reason we were kind of looking for a move up here was not just because you had the 4-hour bull div, money flow coming up, hitting key support, you were at a value area low, slightly deviating. Not only that, but we also had this massively fat, like this super quick move down with almost no relief, right? So this is just kind of like another reason why we might have been looking for a move up. But you guys will know kind of the sentiment. Although we were looking for a bounce at this level, my general sentiment in the longer term, based off the higher time frame money flow, right on Market Cipher B, we had the money flow in the red on the 3-day. You have your 4-day money flow about to cross into the red. This has been like about to cross into the red for a really long time. Hey, what's up, Crypto Face in the chat, guys? Show some love to Face, the GOAT. And not only the GOAT, guys, but the creator of Market Cipher. I literally would not be doing this exact TA without Crypto Face. So shout out to Crypto Face. Thank you for tuning in, bro. I love when you stop by the stream, man. It's crazy. It's like full circle for me. I never did I think I would even have a YouTube channel. And even further than that, I never thought Crypto Face would be in my chat. Absolutely nuts. What is up, Face? Hopefully you're doing good, man. Yes, Crypto Face summon successful. Shout out to Tony D. But yeah, shout out to Crypto Face. I appreciate you for being here, man. But speaking of Crypto Face and Market Cipher, if you guys want to save some money on Market Cipher, you can check out our discount in the description down below. I think Tony will probably put it in the chat as well. But speaking of Market Cipher, guys, this money flow on the 4-day was what we were looking at to anticipate not only a continued downtrend, but if you look at the VWAPs here, coming back up towards the 0 line, right? Your 3-day as well. 3-day green dot now printing, right? So you have your VWAPs coming up, but your money flow coming down. And what that says to me is that we are going to get a short-term retracement to the upside before putting in that lower high and rolling back to the downside, right? And that's, again, another reason why we were looking at these levels, right? That golden pocket, that POC, looking for a lower high to come in. And there were kind of 3 main levels we were looking at. We were looking at this level right here between about, where is it? About 27,000 and 27,500 for a potential first lower high to come in. And then we had this POC golden pocket, which was the second level we were looking at. I really wish I had the... I don't want to waste time here actually looking for the exact chart we were looking at. Maybe I can find it. But I don't want to waste the time here. But those were, basically the same levels. We had the 3 purple boxes in here, and that POC was one of the main levels we were looking for that rejection. And boom, you come up, tap that POC golden pocket confluence, and then you reverse back to the downside. And if we wind up getting stuck below this value area low, guys, and we do wind up coming back down, and again, that is kind of that is what we were looking for that longer term sentiment with money flow coming out, but those VWAPs coming up on the higher time frames. The VWAP crossing up would indicate a bounce incoming, which is one of the reasons we were looking for that bounce. But with the money flow coming out, we were expecting this to be a lackluster bounce before putting in a lower high and then continuing to the downside. The question is, was this the lower high? Or, and here's the thing, guys, this could very well be the lower high that we are going to put in before continuing lower. However, the other level that I'm really keeping an eye on is really up here between the POC and value area high / golden pocket confluence between about 29,000, almost 29,230 and about 29,600. And I would also incorporate the 786 Fibonacci retracement level coming in right here at about $30,445. So we were kind of looking either for a rejection here, or a rejection in this area, right? And obviously, we did get that lower high. We did come down, but if we can hold, If we can hold this value area low, guys, we may be able, because you have to look here, right? 4-hour money flow, although it's back in the red, this could just be a lower high on the money flow, and we could wind up seeing this be a fake out into the green, and then fake out into the red, and then into a bigger green wave to come up and put in another higher retracement. But we're just looking at the volume profile, right? You go from the high, you go all the way back down to the value area low. You're looking for your bounce back up towards that POC. You get it. If we could continue to hold above this value area low, we could potentially continue to respect this range. And the only reason I would be looking for a move all the way up here. Now, again, it's going to heavily depend on if we're able to hold this value area low. But the reason I'd be looking up here, the only real reason is that this would be a very, very likely place to put in a lower high in the macro, right? Because if we go ahead and you can see this fib is pulled from the high up here at about $31,800 and X dollars all the way down to our low here. So this would be the full golden pocket Fibonacci retracement of this entire move down. However, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to get that move up. And again, we kind of shift our eyes towards that value area, the value area levels, right? Because again, if we hold this value area low, it would indicate that we are able to potentially continue respecting this range. And if you hold the value area low again, you may be back on the way to your POC. And if you get above that POC, I would look to attack that value area high golden pocket POC confluence, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, hey, Frankie, why are you looking at two POCs, right? There's only one POC per range. But this is the Bybit POC. You guys will remember, I don't always bring in value area. Shout out to, wow, that went away really fast. Shout out to Kid Crypto says, what's that value area low level? It is at about $25,840. But again, right, until we decisively break this value area low, you're expecting to respect this range, right? So really, if we do wind up getting another significant move up, this is the next key level I'd be looking for a rejection at. Remember, you can wick up to that 786. But again, that Bybit POC, I don't always show multiple POCs within my ranges. And the reason I took the Bybit POC, and for anyone who doesn't know, the POC of the range is the area where the most volume was transacted. And on this range, on the Bitstamp chart, the POC is sitting up here at basically at the high of the range at 29.3, right? But if you go to the Bybit exchange, you get slightly different levels. And that POC was at about $28,050. So the reason that I took the one from Bybit is because when the POC on the Bitstamp chart is so close to the value area high, especially when it's that close to a golden pocket as well, I just lumped that in to be one like super strong level of resistance, right? And then I took the midpoint of the range as the Bybit POC. And good thing we did, right? Because that wound up being that level that we rejected. So whether this is actually the lower high or not, guys, is very, very hard to tell. But a way that we could kind of figure it out is if we don't hold this value area low and we start decisively losing that value area low, this was likely the lower high. But if we wind up getting a strong bounce here and we come back up, we could flip that POC and come up and test this higher level. And again, because this is the full Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, it would be, even more likely that the lower high would really want to come in there. So, that's kind of the next key level I'm looking for. If we do get a big move up, this is likely like where I would load up on shorts because the money flow coming out on the higher daily time frames would indicate that the trend will likely continue down. And if you can catch a short from up there and ride that thing back down, there's plenty of money to be made, right? If you're trading the volume profile, you could have caught some shorts up here as you were deviating above the value area high and then rode it down to the value area low. But let's say we do break back down, guys. Let's say we lose this. This was the actual retracement, the lower high that we were looking for. And let's say we're not going to come tap that other level, and this is going to be the lower high, and we're going to come down to lower prices. Where can we be looking down to? Now, obviously, guys, this really hasn't changed much. I've kind of been looking at these same levels because we haven't come down. So I've been looking at these same levels for quite some time. And are they on this chart? Let's see. Nope. We'll just, I'll draw them fresh for you guys. So if we are looking here, if we wind up losing this value area low decisively, we can't hold it, we don't go back inside the range, what I will be looking for, guys, is going to be a move all the way. Let me pull the range. Bear with me. Bada boom. Right? Nope. Let me unextend this to the right. Boom. There we go. Right? So right here, we have our value area high. I'm going to mark out these levels live with you guys. You have your value area high, your POC, and your value area low of this previous area of consolidation. I'm actually going to go ahead and label this. Previous value area high, previous POC. Where is it? Right there. And previous value area low. These are going to be very key levels to watch for another move to the downside, guys. I'm even going to highlight this as a white box so everybody knows that this is kind of the next value area that we could keep our eye on if we do get that bigger move to the downside. So if we do come down, let me grab my brush tool again. Boom. Boom, right? We get that big move down, boom, right? Come down to that previous value area high. This is going to be a key level. Not only, we talked about this previously, right? Because we haven't gotten that move down. We haven't touched the level yet. But not only is this a previous value area high, but it is also, let me pull it. If you pull your fib from this low here all the way to your high, or yearly high, you can see you have pretty nice confluence with your golden pocket and value area high. So I'm going to draw this as a blue box, right? Because that is what we are looking at for support. Remember, support and resistance is oftentimes not a level, not a line. It's typically a range. This is why people get, tricked closing their trades thinking a level is breaking. This is why people always say, Frankie, I was looking along this level, right? I was looking along this level and, I went long, we broke the level, and I got stopped out, right? And again, oftentimes, it's not just one single level, but a range, right? And especially with the value area lows, or just value area levels in general, we actually prefer to long or look for longs on the deviation below that level, right? So, I actually would rather be looking for a long after we break this level to the downside, rather than when we just come down and touch it, right? Because oftentimes, you will slip that level before coming back up. With that being said, not only is it a value area high, but it's also your local golden pocket. And again, this would be a strong place to look for a bounce. And not only a bounce, but it also gives us insight into what price may do next if we break that level. If we do not get a bounce off this golden pocket, guys, it is going to be more likely than not, if we can't get back above, that we are going to make a move down to the previous POC or the previous PO. I don't know why that says PO. POC. There we go. Let me go ahead and save that as previous POC. Bada boom, there we go. But if we get stuck underneath that level, guys, it's going to be more likely than not that we do come down to that $23,000 level, which is the POC of this previous area of consolidation. Now, this kind of brings me, to that $20,000 question, right? Everybody's always asking, is $20,000 in the cards? And I would argue that once you get accepted back into this range, not only could you be on your way to the $23,000 POC, but you could also, and honestly, due to the laws of the volume profile, would be more likely to get a move down to your value area low, which is in pretty good confluence with your 786 Fibonacci retracement level, right? And that is coming in between about 22,356 and 22,174. So this is kind of the lowest target on my radar as of right now. It doesn't mean that 20K is not in the cards. I'll talk about some lower prices. We've talked about them before on the show, but we'll talk about some of those lower prices in a second. But, kind of locally, I don't even know if I'd call this locally, but, kind of more immediately, the levels of support I'm looking at is going to be golden pocket value area high, 24,296, and between 24,300 and 23,820 is going to be that first level. You get stuck under there. My eyes are set down to about 23K, which is the POC of the range, expecting some turbulence there before eventually revisiting the value area low /786 Fibonacci retracement level at $22,170. And then what happens if we lose that level? Well, if we go ahead and pull our Fibonacci retracement tool from the low of the bear market all the way up to our yearly high here at about 31.9, 31.8, etc., depending on what exchange you're looking at, you do have your 786 retracement level of this entire move up from the bottom of the bear market to our yearly high coming in right here at about 18,990. And this would be a really big level to watch. And we've talked about this again. We talked about this before on the show. And, generally, if you guys have seen my Is the Bull Market Confirmed video, I talk about how I think the rest of the bear market is likely to play out. And for me, guys, I think for the most part, if I had to take a random guess, right, there's no guarantees this will happen, but if I had to take a guess, the rest of this bear market is likely to be similar to this bear market. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen, but this is typically what happens, right? You in 2017, you get the blow off top, right? And then you wind up coming down in your bear market, last little capitulation down to the bottom, and then you get your bear market rally, which usually or has in the past come up to your golden pocket retracement level, which we have not hit. That is between 48 and 50K in our current price action, which we didn't get anywhere near. But when we were coming back up, right, you got the bear market rally, right? And then once you topped out on that bear market rally, which shout out to Sheldon. Shout out to Sheldon the Sniper. He was talking about this when I went on the Crypto Banter show. This bear market rally peaked out on, let's see, when I'm on the weekly chart, Monday, June 24th, right? And let's see, where is our peak? Let me get the actual candle. Right here. Monday, July 10th, right? Very, very, very close. Very, very close, right? Like almost the same. Like, close enough, right? Like history doesn't repeat itself, but it oftentimes rhymes. And, just very, very similar price action, I guess you could say. But what happens once you get that peak in your bear market rally? What happens? We wound up going, right, if you pull your fib from the low of the bear market all the way up to your high of your bear market rally. And again, this isn't probably not pulled perfectly because I'm kind of zoomed out here. But what happened? We came up for the bear market rally. We started cooling off, right? Got a little bounce off the golden pocket and then went for that 786 retracement, which was a black swan event. Obviously, this was March of 2020. And, if you come down to a lower time frame, like let's look at the 4 hour and come back here and look at this. It's... We're going to have to go back pretty big here. So, this is very scary, right? You come down, you lose the golden pocket, you lose the 786. Oh, my God, this is terrifying. We're going to zero. Lower lows incoming, right? Everyone's screaming for lower lows at this point. Let's go back. Here we go, right? Oh, my God, we peaked out. Oh, lower lows incoming. All the bears are saying, I told you so. And what happened? We simply put in a higher low. And again, on the weekly, if you come back up to the weekly chart, you can see when you zoom out and in hindsight, even though this was a black swan event, it was essentially just a 786 retest, right? It was just a test of that 786 Fibonacci level before getting a big bounce, the halving happening, and then launching off into a big bull market, right, of 2021. And if we were to suggest at this current state of the market, right, assuming that we don't get another big move up, and this was the top of the bear market rally, although we didn't come anywhere near that golden pocket retracement level, which is, again, between about 48 and 50K. We didn't get anywhere near that. So, I don't know if we're going to come up, hit that. We'll have to assess the situation when we start moving back up. But if this is indeed the top and we went for a 786 retracement, pull it from the low to the high, there you are, right? Coming in, again, about that $19,000 level. If this happens, guys, you can bet your bottom dollar everybody and their mom is going to be calling for lower lows. And quite literally, you have to remember, the bulls get wrecked and so do the bears, right? Just like they try to trap people up here and, make people not sell the top, they do the same thing at the bottom, right? All the bears, just like people were calling for 100K, people are calling for 10K. Now, I'm not saying that 10K can't come. Just like when we were bouncing around over here, I wasn't completely disregarding the thought that we can maybe have a super cycle, right? You have to be prepared in every single situation. But again, if we come down, all the bears are going to be calling for lower lows. This is why DCAing for your long-term bags is the best strategy, because a lot of bears are waiting for 10K to buy in. They haven't bought in. They felt like they missed the boat here, right? I'm sure not a lot of them would say this, but I'm sure a lot of them were trying to buy these dips, hoping that they didn't miss the bottom, kind of panic buying. But now we might just come all the way back down, and then all those bears are going to be like, oh my God, why did I FOMO in on this big pump? Oh no. And then they're going to be thinking, I'm not buying until we hit 10K. I knew we were going to 10K. I'm holding my money, and I'm not gonna buy in until we hit 10K, and they're gonna come down. There's gonna be some kind of crazy news story tied to this, I'm sure. Maybe Binance. I don't know what it's gonna be. You never know what it's gonna be. But likely they're going to be calling for lower lows. And if we do go for that 786 retracement, even if we wick a little lower, potentially down to about 17.3, we could still put in that higher low before coming in, having the halving happen, and then going into the big bull run, and everyone waiting to buy at 10K. Again, I'm not saying that we can't hit 10K, but as of right now, it doesn't look likely. But when that changes and we get new information on the charts, I'll be the first person to tell you. I just come up here and tell you guys what the charts say. I have no emotional connection to whether we go down to 10K or not. I'm not like, that's it, I called for 10K and now I'm holding my bet. I'm not giving up. Like, that's not how it works. I would never do that. It's not. I base my decisions off of information, right, and technicals. So if we do come down, it looks like we're going to hit 10K. I will reassess the situation. But as of right now, it doesn't look likely. I don't think we're going to get that at this point. But everyone's going to be calling for that. It's going to get a big bounce, and then they're going to be thinking, okay, this is a retracement, and then eventually the bears are going to wind up buying on the way up, which is not what you want, right? Everybody praying for lower lows to come in here was, maybe they bought here, maybe they didn't, but they were waiting for those lower lows. They never came. They think that this is the start of the lower low incoming, and then they get the big bounce, 786 retracement, bing bong, halving happens, off into the bull run, and then the bears, the late bears, are just looking to buy in on the way up, right? So that's why dollar cost averaging, not worrying about catching the exact bottom. You buy a little bit here, you buy a little bit here, you buy a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. When you zoom out, you basically bought the bottom of the bear market. I talk about this all the time. But let's see. That is basically, this could be in the cards, right? We could, if we do something similar to the last cycle and we come in to put, some crazy black swan event happens to give us another bullish retest of the lows, it could come in on that 786 retracement. So one thing I will point out is we just barely front ran that 786, but that 786 wasn't here because it's pulled to this high. But we could go down for that 786, and again, to answer the reason I bring this up is to answer the question: is 20K possible? I think it's in the cards, right? Again, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed. Like I just mentioned, let me pull up the other chart. Like I just mentioned, like these lower prices down here, like right now, the lowest price I really have my eyes on right now is closer to between 22.3 and 22K, right? Your macro golden pocket is right down here, getting closer to 21K. So your macro golden pocket, 21,733. 21,248. So these will be the more likely levels I'd be looking for bounces. But again, remember, some kind of black swan, some kind of panic. Don't be surprised if you go for that 786 to weed out all the weak ones and all the paper hands. Oh my God, lower lows incoming. I shouldn't have bought on the way up. And then they're gonna sell. They're gonna get the big bounce, and this is how the market wrecks people, right? I'm sure if you've been in crypto long enough, you know what it's like to buy. It goes down, you sell, and you're like, oh my God, I just sold a loss, and now it's bouncing. I should have just held it. I'm gonna buy again. Now it's dumping. If you've ever been in crypto for longer than a week and you've tried to buy and sell at least a few times, you've probably in the beginning got caught in that like kind of cyclone of like buying the top and then selling the bottom and like just getting on the opposite end of the ping pong game. And this is how the market does it, right? So can 20K come? Yes, I do think it could, but there's much stronger levels at between 22.3 and I would say 21.2, right? And then the next real strong level after that would be the 786 getting closer to 19K. So those are kind of some of the lower levels I'd be looking at on Bitcoin, guys. So 20K, definitely not out of the cards. But again, more specific levels that I'm looking at are the ones that we just went over. So that's kind of how I would expect the rest of the bear market to kind of play out. But nobody knows, guys. That's why we trade with if this, then that statements. If we get a move up, right? Like right now, we know that if we get a move up, what are we looking for, right? We are looking for a push up into some of our other levels. Let me pull up the Bybit chart, right? If we get a move up, let me put up those where's the main levels? If we get a push up here, we have our levels that we're looking to short, right? If we get past that POC, we're looking up towards that value area high. Let me come down to a more reasonable time frame, right? If we get above this POC, we're simply looking at the value area low, right? And that's if we get a move to the upside, right? We're looking up to near this level, right? And then if we get a move down, we now have the levels to the downside that we're looking at because nobody knows if this thing's going to go up or down. We could do the analysis and come up with the highest probability outcome, and because of the money flow coming out on the daily time frames, it does look like this could be the lower high, or if not, we could come in and put a macro lower high in up here before continuing to the downside. So I do think the more likely chance is that we do eventually continue down to some of these lower prices, but there's no guarantees. All it takes is oh no, the ETFs are not delayed anymore, right? And now they're all getting expedited. And then all of a sudden you wind up yeeting back to the upside from some random level. So you never know what's going to happen. But that's why we have an if this, then that statement. If this, then we look for that, right? If this, then maybe, I mean, it depends on what happens down here. You have to assess the situation to figure out what happens, but it's an if this, then that statement. And if you're out there not trading based off of if this, then that statements, and I know a lot of people say, a lot of people say like, oh, they're just saying it could go up or down. Because that's how it works, right? That's how the market moves. So traders know that. So like, why would you got to be prepared in either situation. So those are the levels to the upside and the downside that I am going to be watching, guys. What have we got here? Let me pull up where did those other levels I just had? Is it this? I have so many charts, guys. But real quick, before we come off of Bitcoin, guys, I do just want to show you, I just want to draw these levels fresh with you so you know if we do get another bounce to the upside, where we are actually looking for that lower high. We do now have a really a decent daily level likely going to, we have this daily level up here. However, let me just mark out these levels live with you guys, right? So again, when in doubt, look at the volume profile, because if you're looking at the Bitstamp volume profile, this is essentially letting you, like, we didn't hit the POC, right? We didn't hit the POC of this volume profile. We hit the Bybit POC, right? That's why I had that level up here. Where is it? 2850. That's why we had this up here, because there's really two POCs. But if we're looking at just the Bitstamp chart, technically we didn't hit the POC. We simply got a bounce off the value area low, came up. Now we could just be bullishly retesting the value area low again before finally coming up towards that POC. So again, I want to stress that there is, if we do come back up, the next major level I'd be looking for rejection, right? Maybe that POC at 28K was not, right? I'm just going to label this really quick. Maybe this was not the lower high. Bybit POC. Right? Maybe this wasn't the lower high, because if you're looking at this volume profile right now, if you're just looking at the volume profile, you're saying to yourself, well, hey, we got to bounce off the low, hit the POC, and now as long as we don't break this value area low, we could wind up coming back up to test that value area high. So speaking of if this, then that, if we get a move up, I will simply be looking up towards our next key level of resistance, value area high, POC golden pocket confluence, right? Obviously, you want to keep an eye on that 786 at 30,400 as well. Oftentimes, you will go for that 786 wick. But when looking at Market Cypher, your daily VWAP is coming down. Your 16-hour red dot is confirmed. 12-hour red dot is confirmed as well. The thing that makes me the only reason that I'm not completely throwing in the towel for another bounce to come in here, guys, is because if you look at your medium time frame money flow, we talked about this just before. 4 hour, this is the 12-hour money flow coming up, right? 8-hour money flow coming out locally, but generally trending up to the upside, right? 4-hour money flow back in the red, but once this VWAP comes back up, you could come back up into a bigger green wave. We've spent a lot of time in the red here. So again, it's kind of hard to call if we're going to get that last push up to the value area high 786 golden pocket, or if we're just going to nuke from here. It's a very hard call to make. Because this could indeed be the lower high. Either way, this is why we looked at those multiple lower high levels, right? We had one a little bit lower than this, I think at about 27.3. Then we had the 28K, and then we had the level up here. So why you have to look at multiple levels. But with all that being said, shout out to Mbatter Virus says, yo, Frankie, can you check out Doge? Yes, we definitely can check out Doge. But when we're looking here, again, I shift my eyes towards the levels, right? Because, again, if we are going to dump from here and that daily red dot is going to print, right? That daily red dot's going to print. This is a little more bearish looking. That could indicate that we're going to lose this value area low. But, again, we're looking at the level. If you hold this value area low, it is likely that you could continue back up towards your actual Bitstamp POC at 29.3. But if you wind up losing this value area low and you can't get back above it, it's likely that we'll lose the range and come down to those lower levels we just talked about. So again, it could go up, it could go down. That's why we trade based off if this, then that statements. So there you guys go. That is what we are looking at on Bitcoin. And yeah, how long have we been going for here? Let's see. Oh, perfect. It's about that time to take a look at the altcoins, guys. So yeah, that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin. We'll have to see what happens. But if you guys want to see TA on your favorite altcoins, go ahead and throw them in the chat right now. The mods will go ahead and count up the votes and let us know what we are looking at. Crespo Crypto, what is going on? Shout out to Crespo Crypto. Thanks for hanging out in Debate Crypto earlier today. I love going on that show. Crespo says, give me one more move up, then nuke it. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. That's kind of what I would prefer. But again, the market oftentimes doesn't only not do what you prefer, but oftentimes it does exactly what you don't want it to do. All right, let's see. Shout out to Crypto Killer Whale says, Frankie, if money flow is the trend and VWAP is the noise, what does that make the momentum? Shout out to Crypto Killer Whale. Well, I'll tell you this. It makes the momentum. But I will say this, really what I use the momentum for is, I mean, not only to gauge the momentum, but I really use it for the divergences, right? That's what I look at to print my divergences. As you guys know, like you can find your divergences on the RSI, right? Like it does, like you could find divergences on anything. You can find divergences between things that you can't look at on a chart, right? Like we had Garrett Soloway on the show not too long ago, and he was telling us how he saw a divergence between the severity of the bearish news and the price action, right? So you can't even really chart the FUD, but you can say, well, hey, we're getting worse bearish news, and the moves are getting less and less severe. That tells you something, right? Because if you get a big crash, right, off of some bearish news, and then let me show this, right? So if you get bearish news, right, and you dump, and then you get some more bearish news and you dump less, that's a divergence between the price action and the news. And if the more bearish news can't push the price down farther, and in fact it's pushing down less, that would be a bullish signal, right? That's kind of a bullish divergence between news and your price action. So, but you can find divergences on the RSI, and they work, right? Like you can see here, you have higher highs on your price action right here. You have lower highs on your RSI, right? Boom, boom, move down, right? And even here, right? You have your higher high on price, your lower high on your RSI, boom, move down. Right, so you can find this stuff on the RSI, but I use the momentum waves to just find my divergences, really. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question, brother. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, there we go. Altcoins are in, I assume, and being counted. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. I'll go ahead and start off with. Let's see. Also, guys, we'll start off on ETH for the altcoins. Let's take a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. And let's see. Let me pull it up over here. No. All right, we'll take a look at this level. Okay, so obviously, guys, we have been looking as this stuff moves. I'll just get rid of these horizontal lines to clean things up. I'll actually get rid of all the purple boxes and such. We'll just keep the volume profiles and the fibs. Bada boom, bada bing. So on Ethereum, guys, we have been looking at our main levels that we've been looking at. We've been looking at this massive volume profile, as well as this local volume profile, which is now kind of irrelevant. But this is our main volume profile that we've been looking at on Ethereum. You can see you respect your lows, you respect your highs. I mean, this was massive disrespect, but you just got sucked right back in. But you have your lows, you have your highs, you have your lows, you have your highs, and now you have your lows. And whoops, let me get rid of that one more time. So here we are, right? We've lost the value area, and we have now bearishly retested and rejected that level with our daily VWAP coming down, right? So this is why we have to be open to a nuke to the floor from this level on Bitcoin as well, right? Because although we are, depending on what exchange you're looking at, on the Bybit chart, you are actually below your volume profile right now. Or actually, no, you're right at your level, right? So, it depends on what you're looking at, but this could be, like, it's not impossible to fall from here, right? Because of the way this VWAP on the daily looks. And it's very, very clear on Ethereum. It's actually a little bit more clear. If Bitcoin's volume profile was looking like this, where we broke down below, got the retracement, and rejected the value area low, I would expect a bigger move down from here. But because we're holding that value area low on Bitcoin, we have to keep in mind that we could head out back into the range. In my opinion, it's a little less likely to happen here on Ethereum, as we've already broken below. We can't get back above. Bearish retest, pretty harsh rejection with our VWAP on the daily rolling back to the downside, as well as your 12 and your 16-hour red dots printing. this would, potentially indicate a more of a move to the downside. Now, what I would look for on Ethereum here is going to be a lower low on our price action and a potential, if this momentum wave can come down, a potential higher low on the momentum waves. And if you get that, you will put in a bullish divergence on your 16-hour. And I would actually argue potentially you could put that in on the daily as well. And that would actually be a little bit more of a clear signal for a bounce back up into the range to some higher prices. So it actually does look like Ethereum wants to not get an immediate bounce from right here. Very similar to Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit more downside. But specifically on this 16-hour, like if you wind up continuing this fresh red dot on the 16, fresh red dot on the 12, if this continues to bring you down, it is likely that 16-hour bullish divergence, because not only are you going to have the bull div, but you can see here that your your money flow may be starting to trend back to the upside as well. And if you can get all those things to line up, then that could be where you wind up getting that bounce. So that's what I would be looking at on Ethereum, guys. But the levels essentially remain exactly, not exactly the same, but those, still just kind of watching those key levels, same key levels we've been keeping an eye on. And if we pull our range on our previous area of consolidation right here, this was another thing we were looking at, taking a look at another value area. This is very similar to that second value area we drew on Bitcoin. We'll turn it white for neutral. And then, you can see you have your value area high, right? And we talked about this, right? We talked about this the other day. Let me go ahead and mark these levels: value area high, POC, value area low. And let me go ahead and label it previous value area high, previous POC, and previous value area low. And these levels are likely to be respected, right? Because what happened, if I come down to a lower time frame, like what happened? We have to come down to a really low time frame to see if these levels were respected. Right here on that big move down, what happened? You break the value area high, straight to the value area low, and then you go right to the POC, rejection, flip the POC to supports, go down even lower, right? Just because we pulled these levels from so far ago, such a long time ago, does not mean that they're not respected, right? And what happened here? You get below the value area low, wick down. Obviously, this is a little bit of a specific situation with the quick wick down to your value area low, but you get that quick wick down to the value area low, you snap back up, you reject the POC, you flip it to support, and then you can attack the value area high again and potentially break out, which is kind of what happened. But then we start playing around with that previous value area high. At this point, you're thinking to yourself, hey, if we get stuck below here, we may get a big move down. And then, fast forward here, you lose the value area high here, come down towards that POC, and you kind of just playing around with these levels. But I will continue to be watching these levels because, again, you can see right here, break down below the value area low, somewhat of a bearish retest right to the POC. If we decisively get below this POC, which is coming in at about 1638, we may be on our way to revisit the value area low at 1552, which we've already tapped. So those are the lower levels I'm looking at on Ethereum. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if we got it just because of the way that 16-hour and daily is looking. But again, you also have that confusion of the 4-hour money flow generally trending up. So I don't know if it's going to happen right now, but these are kind of the key levels and what to expect. Like, look how you're being supported by this POC, right? This is why we look at the previous value areas, because if you break this value area low, value area high, you're looking to hold that POC. You hold it a bunch of times, and then we're now testing it once again. If we decisively lose this, we may be able to look for that lower move down to the value area low. And again, like the big conflict here, guys, is the money flow in the medium time frames coming up with your higher daily time frames coming out a little bit. And like we are getting the green dots on the higher daily time frames. So like my sentiment again, like 3-day green dot looking to print here. 4-day red dot looking to print. Your 3-day red dot is actually printing. So if you are, these green dots could give you a significant bounce. If we get a significant bounce to come in, right? Especially with the money flow in the medium time frames generally trending up. If we do get some kind of a bounce here, the biggest level, if we get above this value area low coming in at 1725, if we get above that level, you're going to be looking up towards that POC at 1850. And then that might be where you get the bigger rejection down to this value area low. It's very, very hard to tell right now. However, let me go ahead and pull some fib levels to see where our golden pocket retracements are. And here you go. right? The whole move down here, the golden pocket retracement would be coming in here at that golden pocket. So if we are going to continue the downtrend, this money flow on the medium time frames and the green dots on the higher daily time frames specifically would indicate that you could potentially get a bounce to come in here, right? And if you do, this would be the level, or the value area high would be the second level to put in that macro lower high before breaking down to lower prices. So that's what I would be looking at on Ethereum, guys. Those are the key levels. Yeah, just for anybody who's curious and pulling those same ranges, this is simply a range pulled on this previous area of consolidation, this old range from back here. That's it. Nothing too complicated. So there you go, guys. That's Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and see. Did we get our? Okay, yeah, we got our altcoins in here. Let's see. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you for that. Probably, I don't know if we're gonna be able to cover all of these, but we will try. I'll try to get at least 3 to 4 in here. Let's see. Take a look at Doge. Bada boom. I forget who asked to see Doge before, but here we are. We listened to you. We listened to you. Monthly on ETH. Yeah, before we move on real quick, guys, I do want to check out the monthly. As you guys know, we do have that monthly blood diamond that is printing on Ethereum. I would actually love to know CryptoFace's thoughts on this, how bearish he thinks this is. And this actually was flashing, guys. This actually disappeared when we got that move to the upside. It actually disappeared, right? And now it's back. And it does look that, I mean, we have an hour. Very unlikely that this does not confirm. It's very likely that this is going to confirm unless we get some kind of rip out of here in the next hour and 22 minutes, which is highly unlikely. So this would be very alarming, in my opinion, if it confirms. And again, like, it's almost confirmed here. So when this confirms, guys, this is going to be somewhat alarming, in my opinion. However, I don't know if this is going to bring us down to, I know a lot of people are looking at some real lower prices on Ethereum. I don't know if it's going to give you that $500 ETH that everybody wants. However, if we do go for that 786 retracement, 1150 wouldn't be out of the question here. So that is if you go for that 786, and you can see here. You went for that 786 retracement. I mean, you had the 2019 bear market rally. You lost the golden pocket, bounced off the 786, went for the second test on that 786. You broke it a little bit. You didn't, to be honest, you didn't really respect it that well. But you did wind up getting that those candle closes at least pretty close to the 786 before bouncing back up. If we saw something very similar, I mean, kind of just simply put, you put in a slightly higher low here. So if we were looking for a slightly higher low to come in here on Ethereum as well, could be coming into that, $1,150 to $1,000 level. But again, that's just if you wind up going for those levels. But the monthly blood diamond would definitely, be able to bring you down there for sure. So we'll have to see what happens. Again, likely that will confirm. Shout out to whoever asked me to take a look at that. Yeah, $500 ETH would be wild. Again, I don't think that's likely, but I will say this. If we get $500 ETH, good God, if there's one thing I would pray for, it would be a $600 ETH. Or a $500 ETH, I think I said. All right, let's see. Let's see. Larry Fink wants his 19K Bitcoin. Will the Bears deliver? Only the Bears will know. But yeah, shout out to Dave Digital says, how many people in chat? This Frankie Candles guy? Oh, how many people in chat love this Frankie Candles guy? Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for hanging out and debate crypto. You guys crack me up in that chat. You really do. It's hard for me to try to keep it. You guys are just always like, Frankie's looking at us. I could see him looking at us. I could see him. Someone said, I forget who, Bullish on Parade was like, Frankie looks like he thinks he left the iron on. Don't worry, Frank. The iron's off. You're okay. It's like, what the heck? Shout out to Dave Digital. I love you, bro. Let's see. Yeah, Jose says last buying opportunity of the year. Potentially. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Shout out to Mahai. Mahai asked for to take a look at the monthly. But yeah, and that's what I'm looking at on ETH, guys. It's just really kind of hard to say, if we are. I will say this. Like, going back to Bitcoin for a second here. Go down to a lower time frame, right? As we look at this range, right? Turn off Market Cipher A, clean things up a little bit. Again, if we stay below this value area low, in my opinion, it is a little bit I'm going to be watching this level closely. I don't really have that high of hopes to hold this level strongly. It's really hard to say here, guys, because with the VWAPs on the higher daily time frames printing those green dots with this medium time frame money flow coming up. And again, I know the 4-hour and the 5-hour are crossing back over into the red, which is definitely bearish. But you have to be prepared for a potential fake out into the red because of the amount of time we spent in the red down here. So this level up here with the golden pocket right here, the golden pocket value area high POC confluence. This would make a lot of sense to reject from. But I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to get that move up there because this is another strong level. These were kind of the two main levels that I was looking at rejections from. But again, like the only thing that makes me think that there may be a possibility that somehow we yeet up there, again, lower possibility, a lower probability. But if this money flow fakes out into the red. It's really it's gonna depend on, also another thing to look for if you're worried about getting faked out here, it would be this 3-day, right? If this 3-day VWAP or 3-day green dot confirms and then this VWAP rips right back down, you could get a VWAP flop. That is one way where I would expect this to just break to the downside. But again, when the indicators show you those mixed signals, guys, you just simply shift your eyes towards the key levels, right? And the price action. Because again, you're going to get mixed signals on the indicators at times. If we start losing this value area low and we get stuck underneath it, and again, price action has to develop, right? So, like, let's say we break below this level, we can't get back above it, and then in that time where you can't get back above that value area low, maybe at that point, your 2-day VWAP is printing another red dot. Right? Maybe your 3-day is printing is getting a red dot printing, right? Maybe you get that VWAP flop on the 3-day. So we won't know until that actually happens, though, and we can assess that information. We just can't do that right now because it's not there. So that's kind of what I would look for. I would be careful of a bounce off this level. But this was such a big move up, and it respected this POC so well. And again, remember, this was one of the main levels that we were looking for the lower high to come in at. It makes sense for the lower high to come in here as well. But we're just kind of at a weird situation right now. Shout out to Dave Digital, said Cass, daily head and shoulders, break, and 2 retests of the neckline on the 4-hour. I took the short from the first retest targeting half of the measured move. Thoughts? Dave, I will take a look at that in just a second. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Do we have Cass? Okay, Cass is on the list, Dave. I will talk about that when we get up to it. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's continue on. Flatsmack says volume weighted average price flop. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go ahead and continue on here. Take a look at Dogecoin. Bada boom. Take a look at everybody's favorite dog. Bada boom, bada bing. Get rid of some of these lines. And maybe, we'll actually, I'm going to start fresh here on Dogecoin. Let's come up to the daily and let's assess the situation here. Actually, I just want to check something real quick on Bitcoin. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. One more thing on Bitcoin, I will say, and we talked about this on the 16-hour on Ethereum. If we get another move down here, this would be big, right? Let's say we get a big move down. Boom, right? Could put in that daily bull div. That would be real nice. That's what I would really prefer to see for a long. I'm not in a long position right now, if for anybody who's curious. But yeah, if we get that move down, put in that lower low on our price, I will be looking for that daily 16 and 12-hour bull divs. Similar situation to what we were looking at over here with the bull div, right? Which we kind of didn't get. But very similar situation. We could be setting up for that same thing. Anyway, let's go to Dogecoin. Bada boom, right there. Okay, so on Doge, let me pull our range here. Bada boom, bada bing. What if we pull? Yeah, let's pull it all the way. Okay. Real quick, shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate you, Hannah. Our female CandleMafia, not representative, but the CandleMafia princess. Oh no, Golden is back at it again with the 50 Frankie Candles memberships. You're unbelievable, bro. Shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for the super chat. You are a legend, Hannah. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much. Hannah says, hey, Frankie, just curious if you could only hold one coin for the next bull run, or if you could only hold one for the next bull run, what would you choose, Ethereum or Bitcoin? Oh, God, Hannah, you're putting me in a hard spot here. I personally, this doesn't mean that it's the right decision for everybody, but I would probably hold ETH, to be 100% honest with you. Why? Because Bitcoin would be the safer bet, and I am simply not a safe person. So there you go, Hannah. I would degen out on that risky altcoin they call Ethereum. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, I'd probably pick ETH. I would risk it for the biscuit. A lot of people say you should have a portfolio that is much heavier Bitcoin than anything else, and I totally agree with that. I think that's not a bad strategy at all. I think it's most commonly the best advice that you could give somebody who doesn't know anything about crypto, like lean them heavy on Bitcoin. But it really depends on your goals, right? Like, do you have $5 million to invest, and if you get a 2x, that's great? Or do you only have a few thousand to invest, right? Then I would probably push people a little bit more towards Ethereum, right? But for me, I'm just a little bit more risky. I want those massive altcoin gains. I'm going with Ethereum. Doesn't mean that that's the right decision. That's just my answer. Shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you for always supporting the Candle Mafia, Hannah. We love you. One of our biggest supporters out here in the Mafia. And shout out to Golden for gifting those 50 Frankie Candles memberships. I don't think there's not a green. There's nobody in the chat that is not green anymore. I'm just kidding. But we're getting pretty dang close. Shout out to Golden. Thank you so much for that, man. And Hannah, too, has gifted so many memberships. Cheeks, Crypto and Yogurt. I know who you guys are. And, when guys, I don't want to, just go look. The memberships are cheap, right? If you buy one, right? They're like a couple bucks for a month. It's pretty cheap, right? But when you buy 50 at a time, go do that math, guys. These people are spending money. So Golden, I see you out there. This does not go unnoticed. You guys are absolutely crazy. You get a membership. You get a membership. Shout out to Crypto Billy and Hannah King with another 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. Shout out to Hannah. We love you dearly, and that's why you are the princess of the Candle Mafia. Not to be confused with Jessica, our female Candle Mafia representative. But anyway, or Captain Kirk, the Candle Mafia mama. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. Thank you so much for gifting the memberships and the super chats. But as we take a look at Doge here, I want to take a look here. Today, no bullish divergence, right? This is something we looked at on a lot of other coins. We got the bull div, and look at the 2-day. If we start seeing the 2-day do this on Bitcoin, that's where I think we'd lose that value area low. However, green dot printing, VWAP coming back down, or green dot confirmed, VWAP coming back down, might be looking to flop. But again, with the altcoins, VWAP coming back up on your 4-day, and money flow over time is generally trending to the upside, right? This is a generally good sign. So, yeah, you're back in the red. It's really hard to say. But on a high time frame like the 4-day, it might be time to spend some time in the green. Very hard to say, especially with Bitcoin looking like it wants to come a little bit lower. Obviously, most of the market is going to follow Bitcoin. So kind of hard to say here, but that VWAP coming up could give you a bounce back up to your POC where you could potentially put in another lower high and then come back to the downside. Kind of hard to say. But as we continue to look here, 3-day VWAP looking for the green dot as well. No bullish divergence. 2-day, same thing. Green dot confirmed. VWAP rolling over. No bullish divergence. And again, I can't unsee these daily momentum waves looking like they may want to print a daily bullish divergence, right? And when you find those daily bull divs, they are typically very, very strong signals. Higher lows on your momentum waves, lower lows on your price action. And at this point, you might have been at your value area low. I don't know where your value area low was at that time. Likely it was. Okay, so into your POC, right? And then what happens after that? Daily bull div, money flow coming up, wound up giving you a nice little 53% move. Nothing to scoff at, right? So with that being said, if you put in another daily bull div here, now again, I wouldn't really expect it to make you moon because look at the money flow on the daily coming to the downside, right? So when that red dot prints, could potentially give you a lower low below your value area low, right? Below this level, you can get that lower low on your price action, potentially put that higher low in on your momentum waves, and could give you a little bit of a bounce. But let's come down to some of those lower time frames and see what we're working with. Let me spawn the levels real quick. There we go. Money flow crossing over into the green on the 4-hour, and your VWAP is looking like it wants to roll back up. Hard to say. In the short term, I would be looking at these levels, right? You have your value area low right here at about 0.062 cents. If you're able to hold that level, you could look for some bounces, right? Until you lose this value area low, I would not really be panicking too much. Pulling the local range here. Yeah, I mean, you have your second local value area low down here at 0.06081 cents. That would be a level to watch. I would also, let me draw these as, let me give you guys these levels. This would be a level I'd be looking at for a bounce as the VWAP starts to look like it wants to curve back over. And let me go ahead and pull that golden pocket. See if we have any confluence on any of that. Let me fix that. Bada boom, bada bing. So this value area low is your golden pocket. That would be a level to look at for a bounce. And then again, the macro value area low. So these are kind of the two major levels I would be looking for bounces at. Also keeping an eye on your 786 here. Right about there. Label at 786. And yeah, these are the levels I'd be looking at, guys. So this first area of support, right, local value area low, coming in between about 0.06299 and 0.06231. Second level, which is your golden pocket retracement, as well as your local value area low, coming in between 0.06085 and 0.06008, and then your 786 is coming in at about 0.05840. So these are the levels I would be looking at to the downside. And again, it's kind of hard to say, like, with the money flow coming up on these lower time frames or these medium time frames, with momentum also coming up, could give you another little push to the upside. Very, very hard to say, especially on Bitcoin. Like, yeah, like I just keep coming back to Bitcoin. Like, this is really hard. Because again, like, money flow coming up on these medium time frames could give you another push up. And again, that macro golden pocket, like not macro golden pocket, but that real golden pocket retracement level on the Bitstamp chart is like near right here. A lot of confluence at this level, but it doesn't mean it has to get hit. Somewhat confusing signals here. It's not the typical mixed signals we talk about, but there is a little bit of confusion here, but that's why we're prepared for the upside and the downside, because no matter what happens, if we get that move, even when we think that move up is a little less likely, and that I do think the move up is a little less likely, because I put more of the reliability on the higher time frames, right? This 4-hour money flow is more likely to fail us than the higher daily time frames. So I do think it's a little more likely that this is the lower high, but if we get that random shot up, we're not going to be like, oh my God, what's happening? I was wrong. I'm getting wrecked. No, you just get that move up and you're like, I have a plan for this. The price just entered my next trap, right? If it doesn't respond off of one trap, you just wait for it to come into another trap, and then you see your setup happen within your trap, and then you execute, right? You get into that trade. So there you go. Shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for the super chat. Hannah out here showing the support. Says, with all that is going on, I hope you're doing well, Frankie. We love you. Shout out to Hannah King. I really appreciate that. You have no idea, Hannah. You have no idea. Thank you so much for that. Shout out to you. Continuing on here. Shout out to Hannah King. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Bear trap. Potentially. But again, we are prepared in either direction. But let's go ahead and move on to AVAX. Again, guys, we're probably gonna split these altcoins down the middle, and then we'll cover the other ones tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. Which we will also be doing our giveaway tomorrow, guys. So stick around to the end of tomorrow's stream if you want to win some free crypto. Let's go ahead and take a look at AVAX, Binance Tether US. And there we go. Well, I could see the last time we looked at AVAX, we were looking at this 4-hour bull div with money flow coming up. Did get the move up, and now we're just swallowing it all back up. Yikes. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily. Two major volume profiles. Let's go ahead and clear some of the levels, and let's go ahead and see. Let me pull the fibs. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, no real confluence on really any of this. Let's see. Ew. All right, I'm starting fresh here, guys. This is ugly. This is, ugh. Why can't everything be easy to read, guys? Sometimes I come up here. It is really funny. Sometimes I come up here and things just are very clear, and then sometimes they just aren't. But I will say this. The 2-day. Was this something? Yeah, we didn't really have the divergence on the 2-day. Green dot, yeah, I don't know, guys. These VWAPs on the 2-day are not looking very good. But again, like, this can change. It's not really a decisive signal, but this is kind of showing to me that green dot printed gave us a little shot up. This is definitely, zoom out, shooting star candle, right here. This is right here, shooting star, right? That is a shooting star candle. And typically what these mean is a bearish reversal, right? Shows that the bulls pushed the price up, and the bears were so strong that they just shot them all right back down, and this does indicate a bearish reversal. Not 100% of the time, but it oftentimes does. Try to find an example for you guys, but I don't want to really waste the time. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I don't want to waste time. But shooting star, right? Anyway, can I always point people to Bitcoin because Bitcoin on the weekly had a shooting star candle, which was likely a signal of a reversal. And yeah, you can see here, right? You came down. Oh no, shooting star, big wick on the top end, right? Big top wick. Bears eat it back eat it all back down, and then you just get that next big move to the downside. Actually, looks somewhat similar to what we got going on here on AVAX. You get a move down. Bearish shooting star candle, and then you could continue to the downside, especially with that 2-day VWAP, and you're daily looking to put that red dot print that red dot as well. But I would be looking for something pretty similar here, guys. I would be looking for price to get pushed back down, boom, put in that lower low, and you do have an opportunity to put in that higher low on your momentum wave to give you that bullish divergence, and that's likely when you're going to get your next significant bounce. So if I go ahead and let's pull this little range right here. And yeah, I would look for that potentially. However, yeah, hard to, let me see. Let's pull some fibs here. What happens if we pull this macro fib? Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so those are kind of the levels I would be looking at, guys. Let me pull, just nothing really, kind of hard to say. Kind of very, very, very hard to say. But yeah, that's kind of what I would be looking for. Again, higher time frame money flow, generally trending to the upside, but it's very, very choppy. Guys, remember this. If you are out there learning how to trade right now, this is the hardest time to trade. This is the hardest time to learn how to trade. It's the hardest time to trade in general. It's the hardest time to trade for an experienced trader. Because we're kind of in that area where it's like it's easy to trade in a bear market, right? Because everything's just going down. You know the macro trend. It's easy to trade in a bull market, right? Because the trend is very easy. A lot of people look at bear and bull markets as like people think you can only make money when it's going up. And then like you figure out you can make money when it's going down. So it literally gives you two bull markets, essentially, right? Because you have this big move up where it's super easy to trade because you could just buy anything you buy in the bear market is up, right? In the bull market for the most part, right? Not everything comes back, but and it's also easy to long, right? Because you're in a bull market, the halving has happened, you're likely to keep going up, so you know that you're much better off longing the higher lows than shorting the highs. So that is a lot easier of an environment to trade in because the trend is clear, right? Same thing with the bear market. We absolutely, the CandleMafia absolutely destroyed this entire bear market. And it's not that it's easy, but it's at least you have a clear trend. You know that you're likely going to continue down because it's about time for the bear market to start, right? You can see these other signals. And right now, it was kind of decent trading on the uptrend here because we knew the trend was bullish, but like this is really just all chop. This is likely where where a lot of people get chopped up, right? Because it's like we're not full-blown bull, right? And even right now, right now is even worse because are we going to continue bullish? Are we going to break bearish? Like, what is going to happen? It's a very, very, very difficult time to trade, especially the altcoins. So just keep that in mind. But let's continue on here. Shout out to Daddy Zach. Said, great job on Debate Crypto today. Daddy Zach, shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that support. I appreciate you. And shout out to maybe a Band-Aid saying +1, Daddy Zach. I give him +1 too, maybe Band-Aid. Let's go. Shout out to WD40. Said, Frankie's amazing. Sorry for the drama that you experienced this week. People appreciate you as a human. WD40, again, thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Creighton C. Says BTC shooting star on the weekly right now, or gravestone or inverted hammer. Yeah, shout out to Creighton C. Yes, very, very, yeah. There you go. Bada boom. Tall wick on the top of the candle. typically more of a bearish sign. We're also still, let's pull up that 200-week moving average. Bada boom. Let's change that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, guys, I'm getting trolled here. There we go. Let's get that 200-week moving average up in there. And yeah, guys, like this was another reason. This is another reason why we were looking at that level for a rejection, right? No, this is the Bitstamp chart. Of course it is. But here, right? Like not only was it the 200-week moving average, we also had the POC there, et cetera, et cetera. Many reasons for that to, 200-week moving average bearish retest, bearish candle, not the best sign. But there you go. Let's see. Mr. Frankie, shout out to Smurfy Video. What is going on, bro? Good to see you. Says, Mr. Frankie, how many times in a row has BTC had a red month? Isn't it known for September? Yeah, September's typically a red month. When was the last green? September? Is it possible? I will tell you this. It is 100% possible, but I don't know if it's likely. But yeah, let's see. All right, let's go back. December, November, October. Yeah, September, red month. September, red month. Yeah, they're historically red. Almost all of them are red. But what we could do, actually, let me go back. Let's see. Where is September back here? Yes. Yeah, September was a red month. Yeah, I mean, I do think likely, this is similar to what we will see happen, right? It doesn't guarantee it. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see something very similar, guys. And this is brutal. I remember this being the most brutal part for the last bear market for me. Because it was like, are you going to dump to zero, or are you going to come up? I have no idea. Mrs. Candles in the studio. Mrs. Candles, come on over here. Show a hand here. We're bullish on Mrs. Candles' hands. Oh my God, it has no smell. That's weird. You have to go put lotion on. It doesn't smell or anything. All right, shout out to Mrs. Candles. But yeah, guys, September is typically a bearish month. It doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to be bearish this month, but next month technically. But probably going to be likely, right? But I wouldn't be making any bets based off of that. But let's go ahead and see. Shout out to Petra R says, I love this channel and the community here. Frankie, you're awesome, and I hope you are well. Shout out to Petra. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well as well. I hope you're doing well as well. Enzo Mining said, Frankie Candles, no ring. Yeah, I don't wear rings. No, I'm not a big ring guy. I'm just kidding, Enzo. I know what you're talking about. No, you didn't see? Yeah, I just did it under the table. I didn't tell anybody. You see the big rock on her hand? No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Enzo Mining. Guys, I wish Mrs. I don't. She might be watching right now. She was in chat before, but I low key. I wish she was open to being on camera because, come on, is there a better way to do that thing than right here? Come on, that'd be the coolest thing in the world, right in front of the mafia. Just totally trick her. Hey, Mrs. Candles, let me smell that hand. Right? Oh my God, that'd be so epic. Oh my God, I'm gonna get her to show her face, guys. I'm gonna get her to show her face just for that. Tony D, you got to edit this video when it goes live because if she goes back and watches it, she'll know the plan. But yeah, that would be so sick. Oh God, that'd be the most magical thing ever. And then we would have to live stream the big day, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. The plan is set. Shout out to Enzo. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Maybe I just trick. Actually, she could stand there. Her face wouldn't even be on camera. Okay, that's it, guys. Shh. Go, send a bunch of chats. Make all this go up in the chat so she can't read it. Shout out to the Mafia. I love you guys so much. All right, guys. Let's continue on. Let's go back to AVAX real quick. Let's go ahead and unhide the TA. Come down to those lower time frames. But yeah. Digital said, oh my God, Frankie, stop teasing us. I'm sorry, Dave. But maybe one day. I wish I didn't say that. Yeah. I don't know. It would be really cool. That would, and she wouldn't have to show her face. So. Oh, God. Anyway. Okay, let's continue on. Oh, my God. You guys are killing me. But, yeah, taking a look here on AVAX. Yeah, red dot printing now on the daily. I'd be careful. However, if you are able, I'd be looking for the daily bull divs, guys. If we get that daily bull div on AVAX, that's where you're likely to get a bounce. If you do get that bounce, I would look for it potentially to come up and bearishly retest this value area low before getting a rejection back down to lower prices. So there you go. There is AVAX. Let's take a look at, I'm going to swap out. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin Cash And we will also take a look at Caspa, but then I think we'll probably have to push the other altcoins to tomorrow. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, shout out to Dr. Blocks. Thank you for this. He says Bitcoin has 13 Septembers. Of those, 9 are complete benders. 2 price stayed put dojis, and 2 green candles for BTC. Okay, there you go. So thank you for doing that, bro. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Taking a look at Bitcoin Cash. All right, let's see. I love zooming in, because we haven't looked at Bitcoin Cash in a while. I love looking at it to see yeah. I mean, the levels are respected, guys. I don't really know what we were looking at here, but the purple boxes typically mean shorts. But anyway, and again, I don't want to say that as in you could just put these levels on your chart, and as soon as price touches your level, you short. You got to find the confirmations within the purple box to go short. It's not as easy as just shorting at the key levels, but it does help a lot when your levels are respected. So let me go ahead and restart this whole chart. Go ahead and turn off the, I'm going to turn off the moving average. We don't need it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here. Take a look at the daily. Obviously, we've gone on Bitcoin Cash obviously had this massive move wick to wick. Was absolutely went ballistic, right? Up about 260, 270%. Insane. Now, a lot of times, guys, price does like to go for those golden pocket retracements, which we have gotten, right? We came down, got to bounce off that golden pocket. Are we going to get a move down to that 786? This would be a very key level to watch, and it's for more reason than one. And let me go ahead and Let's pull it to this. Yeah. So you guys can see here, if you look at your volume profile from before you broke out, right? You can even pull it right before the breakout. You can see you have your value area high, 786 confluence. This would be a level. If we get a big dump, this will be a big level to watch for a bounce, right? Because not only is it the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, which oftentimes is a respected level, right? You come down, bounce off the golden pocket, and then if you lose that golden pocket, you're likely to go for the 786, which could be a big level to look at to put in a big bounce, right? And the fact that you have it in confluence with your value area high from back down here could make it that much more of an important level to look at. Now, I also want to kind of hammer home here, guys, that when oftentimes price likes to revisit the scene of the crime. I typically don't use that as a saying. I don't really. A lot of people, I don't really use that saying, but you'll hear a lot of people say oh, it's got to revisit the scene of the crime. And what they mean is just the level where you broke out from, which would be, right here by the 786 value area high. Now, again, we could hold the golden pocket, but if we lose this golden pocket, this would be the next major level to look at. And again, not only because it's a 786 value area high, but also because this will give you context into what will happen next. Because if you get below this level, you can't get back above it. Likely, you're going to get a move down to your POC. Right, $117. So that is basically what I'll be looking for, or looking at, I should say. And then let's see if we pull our macro golden pocket from the actual low. Well, it's going to be very, very similar levels, yeah. Almost the exact same levels. But there you go. That is kind of the next key levels I would be looking for on Bitcoin Cash. Your 2-day looking like the VWAP wants to roll back over. Your daily also looking for a red dot. Money flow looking like it. Yeah, look at this money flow. Money flow looking like it wants to roll back over. VWAP coming down. Take a look at the 12 and the 16 hour. Now, this is something I was talking about in the premium Discord earlier today. I'll actually, let me go ahead and, I'm not going to pull it up, but I am just going to read what I said. Because if I show everything, it's not really fair to everybody else that's paying. But basically what I was talking about is, I'm going to kind of skip the actual, signals and all that kind of stuff. Not signals, but yeah, basically what I was saying was, whatever. I gave the trade setups with the confirmations we were looking for, kind of the trades I was looking at today. But then in another message I sent, money flow is still looking like it may want to give us some more moves up, but with the 12 and 16 hour, and daily VWAPs cooling off, we may be able to get a move down before we get that move up. And then, obviously, that was at 10 in the morning. But what happened on Bitcoin, we did wind up getting that move down. But it doesn't mean that we can't get that move up. So let me go back here. Wait, what is Oh, yeah, this is Bitcoin Cash. Okay. But yeah, it does kind of look like something very similar going on here with Bitcoin Cash, right? You have your 12-hour red dots, 12-hour red dot, 16-hour red dot printing, even your daily VWAP. I would wait to see what this daily red dot gives you. If it gives you a move all the way down to that 786, which not impossible, 2-day VWAP also cooling off. It's kind of hard to say, man. It's so hard to say right now because your 4- and 5-day VWAPs are coming up. Your 4-day green dots printing. You actually have a nice little trigger wave here. Could get a bounce off the golden pocket. It's very, very, very difficult to read these altcoins right now. But I would look out for some more turbulence. I'd be careful of the daily red dot. But in the long term, looking at the 4-day, like this is textbook anchor trigger, right? Anchor wave, trigger wave. Usually you pull that trigger and you do get that move to the upside. But like you can even see it here. You know, anchor, kind of a trigger, not really. But yeah, it's very hard to call right now. But I would look, if you don't get a stronger bounce off the golden pocket, I would look for a move down to the 786, your next major level of support. But I'll even draw this golden pocket as a blue box as well, because it is possible that if this 4-day, green dot winds up playing out, you may get a continued push to the upside. But again, I'd wait for that daily red dot. I think you're more likely to get some kind of turbulence here with the 16, 12-hour red dots, as well as the daily looking to cool off. You may get a pushback into that golden pocket. And then if you lose it, that's where I'd look for the 786. So that's what I'd be looking at on Bitcoin Cash. Again, guys, I'm sorry. It is not the clearest charts to read right now. But that's why we give you the key levels and what to expect if each level is broken. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, boy, I don't even know what is going on in chat right now. What are you guys talking about? Oh, God. Okay, shout out to Dave Digital. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but, hey, I don't ask questions. Anyway, let's go ahead and take it. Speaking of Dave Digital, let's take a look at Caspa, and let's see what he said. Dave, you don't have to I'll just pull up the super chat because I don't want you to super chat again. Hang on. Let's see. Dave says, where is it? Okay, cast daily head and shoulders with break and 2 retests. Okay, I see you, Dave. Daily head and shoulders. There's the neckline. And we'll take a little bit of a closer look at this. He says, I took the short from the first retest, targeting half of the measured move. Smart. You could do TP1 maybe. TP2 at the full measured move. So let's see. He took a short. Let's take it. Let's take a look. Let me get rid of these ugly lines. Bada boom. Zooming in. Took the short. Let me draw this out correctly. If I can navigate TradingView's new. Hey, guys. Hey, shout out to TradingView. Guys, I don't know this. Go to the TradingView website, guys. Maybe I might be crazy. This might just be like, you have to assume that nobody's watching this channel. Like, I don't think TradingView sees this channel and they're like, hey, this guy's show looks pretty cool. And you guys, we don't have my live stream overlay on right now. But you guys know the typical live stream overlay with the pink and the blue, the neon everywhere. It's super cool. I'm on OBS right now. That's on our other software. But TradingView's website's like suspiciously similar to our chart to our live stream overlay. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of companies in the space that have just all transitioned to the pink and the blue. And again, I don't think this is because of us. I'm just saying it all looks suspiciously similar. And like, you have to imagine that they're definitely not copying and I don't care if that's flattering as if TradingView hit me up on Twitter and was like, hey, Frankie, yeah, we see you, bro. We like your overlay. We took it. That would be insane to me. I don't think that's the case, but it is wild. Like, go to some of these big companies. A lot of them are like rebranding to this purple and blue. I guess it's kind of a common complementary color palette, but I don't know. It's very strange. Like, it wasn't as prominent in the TA trading space, I don't think. Very interesting. I don't know. I like, it's just, I don't know. It's very strange. Someone told me this. They were just like, hey man, like, go check out like some of this stuff. Like, it looks very similar. It's crazy, flattering if it is the case, but I doubt it is. Anyway, take a look at the head and shoulders. I just had to share that with you guys. So let's see. I'm just gonna rough this out real quick. Bing, bong, bing. Right. So yeah, that's basically what we would be looking at as the head and shoulders. Missed that wick. Oh, come on. So this is basically what we're looking at. And, yeah, I will extend this neckline. Let's see. Does TradingView identify this? Let's see. Technicals, patterns, head and shoulders. It doesn't. It doesn't see it. Come on, TradingView. Come on. You can do it. Well, anyway, this is what Dave is looking at. Very, very likely. And, yeah, I see that. Test. I'll tell you this, Dave. I'll tell you this. Daily red dot. I do think that it is likely that even though your money flow is crossing over back into the green, just like we were looking at on Bitcoin, like I do think this is likely going to be a fake out into the green, back into the red. Cass has been on an absolute bender. So money flow has been coming out over time. You have the bearish chart pattern, the head and shoulders, obviously. Measured move, bringing you to about roughed out, bringing you down here to about 0.02376 cents. And yeah, I would, let me go ahead and pull some other ranges here. See if we have any significant levels at that measured move. Just looking for some confluence. Just looking for some confluence here. Let's pull the golden pockets, rough that out, pull it to let's go all-time low to all-time high. Again, I don't know if I'm perfectly on that wick up there, but getting close to the golden pocket, not too bad. Let me pull this local area of price action or local area of consolidation. Could bring it down into this range. And yeah, listen, fresh red dot printing, Dave. Money flow crossing into the green. However, with the red dot, you could easily bring that right back into the red. And just over time, this has just consistently been coming out a little bit more bearish than bullish, in my opinion. VWAP coming up on the 2-day, but not that close to the 0 line. So you still have some time to come back down. 16-hour red dot printing, 12-hour red dot printing as well. Take a look at the 4 and 5 hours. 4-hour VWAP starting to roll back to the upside. 2-hour looking for, or 3-hour looking for the green dot. Yeah, Dave, not financial advice, but I do think based off the higher time frame, sure, you might get some turbulence in here. But I will say, probably with the fresh daily red dot, you have the value area low here as well, so I would be careful. Lower time frames, again, going down to the 4-hour, VWAP rolling back to the upside, momentum technically trending up. 1 hour, 2-hour red dot or green dot printing. So local turbulence, not impossible, in my opinion. But looking at the higher time frames, you could, it's hard to take a look at that 2-day because there's not a lot of information. But looking at the daily, you could be short on a fresh money flow crossover into the red here, especially if that red dot confirms and plays out. I don't think that's a horrible trade. I don't think it's a horrible trade as long as you have your stop loss set, and if it does go the wrong way, because you have to remember, if you remove all this, right, if I was just looking at the volume profiles, you are coming down to support here. But again, just because you're at support doesn't mean you're about to launch to new highs. It could just indicate that you're going to get a bounce to come in here, put in a lower high, and then go for the lower price. 786 coming in right here at about 0.02955. So that wouldn't be a bad level to look at. And if I just, again, rough out this measured move from the high to around where that neckline is, bring it to the, get you close to that. But yeah, Dave, I don't hate that. As long as you have a stop loss set, not financial advice. Money flow coming out on the daily, you could catch that early daily money flow crossover. If I click any random altcoin here and you look at the daily money flow crossovers, and again, not that this has to play out exactly like it did, exactly like it did here, but just any altcoin, right? Look at this money flow crossover into the red here, right? If you caught this early, got a pretty big move down. Right, even come over to right here. Money flow crossover. Although you did have a little bit of turbulence, you wound up coming down, right? And it's a significant move down because you're looking at the daily, right? So that's not a small move. It's a 18% move. Plenty profitable. So there you go. And you could do this on anything, right? Let's see. XRP went on an absolute bender, right? Money flow crossover into the red on the daily right here. You catch that fresh money flow crossover and you come down. So there you go. But let's go ahead. Let me pull up live chat one more time here. But guys, I think Tony D, if we could move Link, Dot, and Cody to tomorrow's live stream, that would be helpful. Just write those down. We'll start with those tomorrow. I do like to touch on coins that we didn't get to in the next live stream. I don't like to leave anybody hanging, but we can't look at every single coin. because we'll be here till 2 in the morning. But I appreciate everybody. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. How many likes have we got? I forgot to say smash the like button. If you guys found this live stream insightful at all or helpful or edutaining at all, go ahead and smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. And the more likes, the more giveaways. Let's see. Really hoping we go up with a big move from the Dow Jones and stock market. Yeah, as you guys, we actually did not take a look at the stock market today. Maybe I can take a look at it quickly in a second. Are you not edutained? Shout out to Sudeep. Shout out to you. I called you. Sudeep knows this. I've called them Sundeep forever. But I always want to say it because that's like what I'm used to saying. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and spin this dang wheel. We got 465 likes. If we get 500 likes, by the time I'm done spinning the wheel, we will spin it 10 times. Let's see. Bitfrog says, how do you win this game? All you have to do, Bitfrog, is like and comment and watch. I can't track if you watch it. I recommend you watch it because a lot of our videos are very helpful. But you have to like and comment on our pre-recorded videos, and we pick one of the videos to select people who have liked and commented on to win the giveaways, right? So every time we land on giveaway on this wheel, we add it to the list, and then tomorrow or every Friday at the end of the stream, we do a massive giveaway with hundreds. Why did I say hundreds of people? Well, we do the giveaway with hundreds of people, but not 100 people win. But we give away a bunch of crypto. Sometimes we give away merch. Sometimes we give away free premium Discord memberships where you guys get all my trade setups, etc., etc. But yeah, we give away a ton of stuff. To win this game, control your emotions. Yes, Dave, absolutely. If you want to win the game of trading, control your emotions. That is the most important part. All right, let's go ahead and give it one more spin here. I'll give you guys. Oh, we are so close. Someone said bullish divergence on the daily. Did we just dump and print that bull div? Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, even on XRP, same thing. Maybe we come down and test this POC, put in a bull div on the daily, and then maybe you get a significant bounce. Now, again, with the money flow on the higher time frames, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a big move to break the yearly highs. Again, remember, our sentiment for the most part, or our sentiment for a while now has been, if we get a bounce at the value area low, we're looking at a lower high to come in at the POC, or kind of the only last place I would be looking for a lower high if we get some kind of random pump to the upside is going to be this value area high, golden pocket 786 confluence, right? So even if we get that daily bull div, if the money flow is still looking as bearish as it does on the higher time frames as it does right now, that even if we get that daily bull div, I wouldn't expect this to break our yearly highs. It would just be to continue a downtrend, be a small retracement before continuing down. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's pull back up the bada boom, and here we go. Oh, give him a giveaway, baby. Oh, no, we got two. All right, we'll give it one more spin. We're almost at 500 likes. We might miss it by a tiny bit. Mods, thank you for doing a great job every day. Shout out to Ziva Crypto Girl. I appreciate you for being in here and in the premium Discord, showing support. I see, Ziva, I see that you take your trading seriously, and I can respect that more than a lot of people can, because I know how difficult it can be, and I just see by the questions you ask and how much you actually show up that you're actually trying to learn, and I can tell that you're going to go far. Let's see. Come on, baby. Let's go. 486 likes. All right. Let's see. How many? All right. We got 5 spins. I'll give it one more spin. Smash that like button. If we get 500 likes, we'll spin it 10 times. I think you guys know we're probably just going to spin it 10 times anyway. But let's see. Mark Dutch said, I'm going to change my name to Giveaway. Let's go. Let's see. 35 minutes left. Who knows? I assume they're talking about the daily close. Yep. 35 minutes. Let's go. Shout out to, who said that? Who said it? Shout out to Pardeep. Hey, Pardeep, what is going on? Pardeep messages me videos of me cracking up and just smiling and laughing, and it just sends me pictures, and they're just always like, always smiling, bro. Always smiling. And I actually don't even realize that I'm always smiling, because, like, guys, I get in bad moods a lot. Not a lot, but, like, I get in bad moods, too. I know I'm very happy on the stream. It's because this is my favorite thing to do. So I'm always excited and happy to do the stream. But, I'm not always 24/7 happy, obviously. But, yeah, it's funny because they always send me, like, pictures of me in the background of other people's pictures, and he circles me in the background. He's like, see, you're still smiling. And I'm like, dang, do I smile that much? I can't complain. I wish I looked in the mirror more if I do smile that much, though. Shout out to WD-40. Said Frankie's the GOAT of TA. Thank you. Shout out to WD-40. I appreciate you for being here, showing support. And overall, I appreciate you for stopping my chair from squeaking because it was absolutely brutal until I met you, WD. And then you fixed it. I don't know what you did, but you like breathed on the pivot point and it stopped squeaking. I don't know why. Shout out to WD-40. Let's see. Does Doge Elon Mars usually pump with Dogecoin? Interesting. I'm not 100% sure. That's a little creepy, Frankie. Shout out to Dave Digital. Hey, you know. Shout out to Dave. Wasn't smiling on Debate Crypto. You looked sad. Dang. I wish I didn't. Well, shout out to Crypto Killer Whale. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's sometimes it's harder to stay happy than other times. But you know when I am happy, guys, I will say this. Every time I come on this live stream, guys, it's like, it really is. It's like, I always said this in the beginning. Hang on, let me count these giveaways real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10. That's kind of a scam, but we got 491 likes. But there we go. We got 5 giveaways. Mods, add it to the list. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for today's live stream. I try to come up here every day and keep the energy as high and as positive as possible, guys. And this is my favorite thing to do every single day, and I'm forever grateful for this. And yeah, and obviously, guys, there's some stuff isn't really going great right now. But I come up here every single day, and I try my best to show up and just give you guys the information. I built this channel off of just coming in here to give good information, good vibes, smile, have fun, because that's what I want to do. And obviously life happens and things happen, but you guys are the absolute best community I could ever ask for. And the support that you guys show is insane. And yeah, it's just it's absolutely out of control. So shout out. I know you said I didn't look happy on Debate Crypto, but I am going through some stuff right now. But yeah, I will always show up for you guys, and I want you guys to take that home. Like, forever, I will show up for you guys. I don't care what happens, anything. I will always try to come up here and make you guys smile and give you guys good information, because I know what it's like to have a dark life and have bad things in your life. And so I just want this, you know, I have people say that I make them happy on stream just by watching me. Some people say, I don't even know what you're saying, dude. I don't know what crypto is, but I found this live stream and you just put me in a good mood. And that, like, it's crazy for me to hear that. And I just always will try to show up, guys. Obviously, just bear with me in the time being. I'm trying my best. But yeah, I will never leave you guys. I'll always be here no matter what. I love each and every single one of you guys, and we're going to keep everything good vibes, right? Everything's good vibes. We're going to come up here. We're going to do the TA. We're going to show the trades. We're going to be given the sauce no matter what. And with all that being said, I love each and every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45. Don't forget, we're doing the giveaways tomorrow. Maybe we'll add a couple hats in there. And we're thinking about adding some new colors. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. And also, guys, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Golden, you're an absolute savage. Hannah, Daddy Zach said, you kick $$. Stir 8 up. Shout out to Daddy Zach. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, I'll set them on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, I'll set them on a chase. That's the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma get it anyways. All I do is work, I got this money on my brain. I don't like to talk, I just got way too much to say. They been trying to get me, I'ma get them out of the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma go and get it back. We got in a whip, then I went and hit the dash. I've been thanking God for this life that I done had. I don't need opinions, dog, I only need a facts. It's real, dog, sitting still, dog. They in they feels, dog. I got these bills, dog. Need a meal, dog. If they wantin' less, it's no deal, dog. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse for who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jazz. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't he son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time if a dollar's a cut of eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message.
How am I live and the music is still playing? Did you guys just see what I was doing? Oh God, please don't tell me you saw that. Guys, I wasn't practicing. By the way, guys, I don't think we're gonna do that. I don't think we're gonna do that thing. So yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's too awkward. I don't move quick enough. It's like I like pretend. All right, guys, we're gonna take a look at Dogecoin. Oh look, I can't get off the chair. I can't push. It's too awkward, guys. It's too awkward. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go. road,